Hey guys, thanks for coming back to our channel. So, we are on our evening walk. This is the best lighting, right? Right? No, but really, we wanted to bring to you some information, some tips, tricks, what you should know before you go, okay? Before you go on this cruise. We learned so much on the cruise, and from the sounds of it, we might be going on another. We remembered something that was very important to tell you. A safe sail, safe passage type of testing that is still required. I don't think there's any way to get that money back.
You don't get that money back. The door was broken maybe on the second day.
We were doing our research that prepaying was a scam. What is available on the boat, like for toiletries and things like that? Hobart, I need you to mansplain it. Can you mansplain the time change? It's their application. So what are some things that you feel are important to talk about?
The most important thing would be having money.
Okay, so you gotta have a lot of money for this trip.
Your financial situation has to be set, right? So before you even go. That's the first thing. I would start there. Because from the beginning all the way to the end, it's all funds, right? Having to pay for the cruise when you're on the boat, buying whatever, stuff you want, such as drinks at the concession stands, gifts, stuff the kids need, medication, to all the way to tipping, and at the end, buying photos.
Oh, photos are really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
What we learned, it's probably better to get the digital copy and go to like Walmart or something.
Mm-hmm.
At Walmart, it was $2, $3 a photo. And had we had the digital ones, we probably would have been able to get all the photos for a lot cheaper.
Right. It was eight photos for $99.
Yeah, we opted for the 15 photos for like $200.
Yeah, 15 photos for $200, and that's still expensive,
And it's also a hassle in the morning when you're trying to go get the photo, right? Because right before we're leaving, and it's a hassle.
Right, because they don't release the last photos until the day, that evening of, once they've taken them. And then you got to go there, pick them out, and then you get your prints the next day. Now, if you don't plan on taking pictures that last day, then yeah, by all means, you can go pick it up 2 nights before, and then it'll be ready and you don't have to deal with that stuff. It wasn't really that difficult to pick up the photos that day of. Actually, I didn't wait that long.
No.
I didn't wait that long. I didn't wait that long to pick the photos. So if you go there at the concession stand to get your photos, select them, just know that there are going to be guys that are there trying to be like, oh yeah, I sold you these photos, or I took these photos of you. It's the same people. The photographers also try to build a relationship with you because that's how they make their money.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. I know we were talking about finances, but also before you even get on the boat, you have to check in online. There's this thing called, it's their application. And this application is really important that everybody who's on the boat has it already downloaded to their phone. We're out for a walk, guys, so it's kind of loud, but so this application, can't tell you how important it is to have before you even go.
Are you talking about the COVID test?
Well, no, the app itself, because you have to check in.
Right. It's called the Disney Cruise app, right? But the thing is, you download it. Once it's downloaded, you need to have your reservation, right? Once you have your reservation and you put everyone's name in, that's actually very important Because if you have it downloaded, then you're set and good to go. If all your kids, like if everyone in your party have their own cell phones and have their own ability to kind of check text messages in the application, then you guys can, that's how you communicate with each other. Our kids were very young, they don't have cell phones, so it was cool because the application provided an ability for us to communicate while we were on the boat without having to use data from our cell phone. Because
but when you got on the boat, you didn't have the app.
No, when I got on the boat, I didn't have the app. I did not have the app. Good thing that we were still at the port. I was able to download it, but there's so many cell phones in such a small area who probably made the same mistake as I did, trying to download stuff. And the thing is, the structure of the boat itself, you know, it's all metal, and depending on what level you're at, whether it's level 2, you know, 4, 5, in the middle of the boat somewhere, right? It's the boat is insulated, so the boat is insulated, and it's preventing, you know, cell phone data from your carrier to get in. You know, if it does get in, it's very slow. So it took me hours, maybe a couple of hours, 3 hours to download it because I was in the wrong area of the boat. Like my phone was trying to process it, and so it just wasn't downloading fast enough. But eventually I downloaded it. So
bottom line, get the app before you go.
Save yourself a hassle. Get the application. And also, if you are able to kind of learn how to navigate the application, that will be better for your stay there, because it shows you the times of when things are playing, when things are happening, what time things are opening up. You know, we missed the first day pretty much. As soon as we got on the boat, all these things were happening on the boat before the sail away party, and we missed it.
Well, it's also because I didn't know how to toggle through the app. I thought everything kind of lined up on that first line when you get in, and it says everything, but you actually need to go over to the other sides, to the other tabs to see the live show information, because the movie information will show up, the like photos with the characters will show up, but not the live shows. Right. And so we missed some of the live shows.
So that's another thing too, is that on there you can go on the schedule for the whole entire trip, and you can heart, you know what I mean? You can like the scheduled times, and then it will auto-populate on your main homepage. But unless you do that, then you're not gonna see those things show up until the day of. So if you wanna plan ahead and look at the stuff, you know, the stuff that you wanna see, like them, so that way it just auto-populates, because you need to decide which things you wanna do, because there are some things that are happening simultaneously.
Yeah, now let's go over to, we're gonna talk about the safe sail, safe passage type of testing that is still required. We went in November of 2022, and they required for our children to get tested. My husband and I are both fully vaccinated. We've got our boosters. You can go visit our page where we talk about the symptoms of getting the booster shot. I'll link it. Okay, so our children are not fully vaccinated, being that they're under 12 years old. They had to get tested, and to get tested through this safe sail, safe passage type of application, which is provided through Disney, we did have to pay $100 for the two of them to get tested. So this was like an expense that kind of like a hidden expense. The other thing is, we had to have it set up minimum of 6 days out from the cruise. I luckily was paying attention, because I was like, is there anything else we need to do before we go? And little did I know that I was only like 9 days away from the cruise when I set this up. So I went onto the website. We registered everybody for the safe sale, uploaded all of our vaccine stuff, and then for the kids, we set up an appointment. Now, this appointment was done online, and basically how it works is my husband and I, we administered the test to our children from home, and the person on the computer just verifies and then puts it in saying that we're cleared, we don't have COVID, and we're ready to safely sail. There was one caveat though. Can you talk about the caveat?
So the kids, we were at practice, and they were doing jiu-jitsu practice, and then I get a phone call, and they said, hey, you're supposed to have your appointment right now for the COVID testing. And I was like, what? That's not until like an hour from now. And we didn't know, but there was a time difference, because of the time change that happened. They were still tracking the same time on their side.
Which is Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. But for us, here in California, it changed. So we had to tell the kids, okay guys, that's enough, we gotta go. We had to stop their practice. We were like, we gotta go, we have to go home. So I had to get in the car, get to the house, connect everything through Wi-Fi, open up the laptop, get the test kit.
We were late.
We were very late. We were very late.
And I think they were gonna stop testing within
10, 15 minutes prior. But you need 10 minutes you need to be on the appointment for at least 10 minutes, because that's how long they wait for the test. So we had to go home, do the nose thing.
Well, we were walk-ins. So we missed our appointments completely.
Oh yeah.
And we were walk-ins on this site.
Yeah.
So it's really good that they have that option for walk-ins.
But we barely even made the walk-in. Barely made it. So
but I'd have
keep
to
that
say,
in mind.
Yes, we barely made it. But I'd have to say that using that resource was actually fairly easy. And I feel like it was easier than trying to go get a lab test done in our local area and dealing with the whole drama of getting a COVID test even though you don't have symptoms and you're traveling. Because these days, people are not more so inclined to do those tests anymore.
Right, that's true. Because if you had gotten a COVID test by yourself, you would have to wait for the test results. When you get the test results, you have to send it in. But this one, they saw the test results and they uploaded the test results for us. Directly. Like we didn't have to. Like by the time we got on the boat or that same day, it was already updated.
We were cleared.
Online.
Okay, so that was another like extra $100 hidden expense.
Right, for two kids. For two kids.
Yeah. Okay. And also the test kit was flown to us the very next day of me signing up for it, so it only took 1 day airfare to get over to us. So getting the test didn't take too long. Okay, so what about on our arrival day? The parking situation.
So, parking situation. We have never sailed out of San Diego before. It's always Long Beach or it's always LA. And so we have never done that before. It's like Long Beach and LA, there's parking in the front. In San Diego, it's not easily accessible. So consider that before going out there, know where you're gonna park. What we also learned is there's Ace parking.
Right.
I think it's called Ace parking. Don't buy it online. Just go to the parking structure, get the ticket, and pay for it at the end. Because online, they were gonna charge us like $250.
It was $300. It was close to $300.
$300. And then when we didn't get it, but since we were rushing, it was kind of lucky for us. We just drove in, got the ticket, put the ticket away, and dealt with it when we came back, which The cost was only $150. So
Right, way cheaper than
way
what
cheaper
it said
than what it says
online.
online. So I don't think you can, because it's a parking garage, I don't think you can even
Deal with like anybody to help you.
Yeah, pre-purchase. You can't pre-purchase it.
Yeah, there was. Well, no, you could pre-purchase it online, like you prepay, but you're
Right.
gonna prepay like $300, and I don't think there's any way to get that money back.
You don't get that money back.
I had read when we were doing our research that prepaying was a scam, so that's why we were like, let's just park and we'll deal with it when we get back.
Yeah, best thing you could do. And but it's hidden. You have to drive to the location. So we drove around for like a good hour.
Yeah.
Looking for parking spots.
I mean, we thought we were gonna be there super early at the port.
Right.
But we got there with like 3 hours to spare, and it took us a full hour just to find parking.
So we found parking after a full hour driving around, because some of the locations, they're not big enough. They're not big, large parking garages. And the thing is, it's not like it's visible that you can see. The parking garages
Nope.
in San Diego are all underground, underneath buildings. So you have to be
You've got to
aware
do
of your
research.
surroundings, and the best thing you could do is look for it on a map.
Got to do research beforehand.
Yes.
Trust me on the parking situation.
So we found the parking, and then we had a choice whether to get an Uber or walk. We decided to walk. It was a 5-minute walk, maybe 7-minute walk.
But with 2 kids, it's really hard.
Yeah, from the parking structure to the place. But it was not bad. The kids were having a blast. They were having fun. But if you do get there in San Diego early, there is a park.
There's a nice park.
There's a
very
beautiful
nice park.
A nice park right in front of the port. Probably like a 2-3 minute walk
So it's a good
from where the
space
boat is.
for waiting.
And you can wait there and chill while you're waiting for the boat to start loading up.
Yeah, tons of places to eat out there too. Which, okay, we were thinking we were gonna save money by eating on the boat since we get, unlimited meals on the boat. Well, we only had breakfast that morning at Denny's. And if you want to see our first video, I'm gonna put in the link right now. Our first day, you can check it out, follow us, see what's been going on. But we have 3 days so far set up, and I'm gonna keep posting throughout the week. So anyways, going back to the food situation, it took us at least 2 hours to get on the boat, and actually going through the inspection and all that was pretty fast. I mean, it was pretty smooth. But if you get to, okay, he's saying no. So what are you thinking?
So when we got there was this disgruntled gentleman, right, who got there really early. Right, his time slot to be on the boat was supposed to be at 3:30, but I think he got there at 1, and they weren't allowing him on until
3:30.
Until 3:30, his
Right.
specific time slot.
Right.
So for me, this is not my first time going on a cruise, but that has never happened before, where you are told to wait.
They're very
strict. They're telling you to wait, and
they don't care that you
so
got
they don't
there
care.
early.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of seats inside the port area where they check your stuff, but they're not utilizing any of those things.
No.
They're making people wait in line, wait outside, wait somewhere else. But once you're in, then the process is quick and fast. But you just have to wait there. So if your time slot is 2:30, don't get there until 2:00.
Right. Don't get there till 2:30.
Don't get
But get there early to find your parking. But
Correct.
but don't show up to the port till 2:30.
So if you get there too early, they won't let you in. But if you get there late and they're still letting people board, then they'll let you in.
Right.
But you can't get there. You can't get there early expecting that, they'll let you on. No, you have to wait for your time slot.
So the next thing I want to talk about was food on that first day. Once we got on the boat, I'd have to say it was probably like 4. So our time slot was 3:30. We probably got on the boat at 4:30. And we went straight to the food lines. Like, we were starving. But at that exact moment, they closed the food lines and we were not able to get food. 10 minutes.
This is ridiculous. We got on board and they just shut the doors on us, and they told us the food is closed right now. Just open the door, so they actually shut the sliding doors that go down. They're like, hey, we'll open back up
in 15 minutes.
I'm like, oh,
no food service.
No food.
And can you imagine, like, these loud alarms just like blaring in your ear while you're hungry, and they just shut the door? Not cool. Not cool.
I'm like, just give me a hot dog, dude.
Yeah, we really wanted hot dogs or hamburger.
They were very strict, and they're like, hey, we're gonna shut it down. So they shut it down. So from my perspective, that is so disorganized. And the purpose and the reason why they shut it down was because they were putting out some announcement over the intercom.
There's a safety alarm or something.
What? An announcement over the intercom. So what I'm used to other boats is that you go to your muster station. You know what I mean? You go and they say, all right, you go to letter A, B, C, D, and then you get a briefing while you're there. They teach you how to put the vest on and all that stuff. Disney, no. You don't need to do all that stuff.
No, you you watch these videos beforehand.
Right. You don't need to do all that stuff. But the thing is, even though you've watched these videos already, they still want you to listen to what is being said on the intercom, and everything on the boat shuts down. So
we were hungry.
Yeah, I was starving. That was like, it's so disorganized.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, well, this is so disorganized. Like, why can't you just serve me food and I'll sit down and I'll listen to the intercom at the same time? Nope, I wasn't the only one either.
There were so many
people waiting in line, and they're like, everyone is walking around this boat looking for food, and the buffet place is the only place that is open. And so everyone is there by the pool. Everyone's trying to get in line, trying to get ice cream and all kinds of stuff, and they weren't serving, they weren't having it. So that's Disney. You really got to fix that, because that wasn't like a thing for me.
Okay, so here we go. My suggestion to anyone is eat a snack before you get on the boat. You know, don't expect to eat on the boat right away. And they have 2 chow times at night if you want to go fine dining, which we did. We enjoyed the fine dining.
Is good. Fine dining is good.
We love the fine dining on the boat. We took the earlier fine dining, which is 5:30. We are early eaters. Yes. So the other one was 8:30. And I feel like 5:30 was the perfect time to go eat dinner every night on the boat.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
I'll talk about the fine dining later, but what's the next
We're going to have a whole video on the fine dining where we discuss our review of the food. Okay. So let's go on the Oceaneer Club.
Oh, okay. Oceaneer Club. So I didn't know about Oceaneer Club and how it works and all this stuff, right? But it's pretty secure, actually. You go there, and the first thing that happens is they check the kids in.
Oh, they died. Okay.
They check the kids in, and once when you check your kids in, they all get a bracelet, and this bracelet, it's supposed to be locked in. If you don't get it locked in, then they can lose the bracelet, and it's like $12, $13 that you have to pay for. And so that's how the kids go in and out, because this bracelet is like, it has a sensor on it, like a tap, like for your credit card, where they just tap it on this ball, all right, this Mickey Mouse ball, and then it lights up. It shows who the parents are, and then it asks you for a password. What's your secret password? And every parent has secret passwords. Some of the ones I heard were like thunder and frost, and some whatever the password is. That is something that is you have to select. And every parent or every family has a unique one, so that way the parents, other parents or other people can take your kids out
So Oceaneer is pretty cool. Nobody's allowed back in there, but they do open it up for guests to see what it's like inside during their open houses. And so we were able to go and check out all the spots on the boat for children.
Right.
Our children preferred to go to the Oceaneer Club than to hang out with us.
We were boring. Boring.
And when they were there, we were like looking at each other like, well, I guess we should go do something. So then we would go and get massages or drink some wine or
massages. Wow, so expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some stuff you can do, definitely. So you can go, you can date each other.
Hold on, there you go.
You can go, you can date each other. You can
do some late night
adult
stuff. There's some adult stuff.
Here.
So there's adult things to do on the boat. There's a whole 18 and over area section on the boat.
Yes.
So
like children are not supposed to be there, but I've walked my kids through that area
plenty of times.
like right after the gym, like because I wanted to go to the gym and the kids wanted to go to the gym as well.
Right.
So when you finally you're done with your gym, you have to walk out of that area unless you use the elevator and go through the adult section, which, as long as I'm with my kids. I was waiting for someone to tell me something, but
nobody ever did.
Didn't tell me anything.
One thing I will say is if you have a wheelchair, it's really hard to get around on that boat.
She was stuck.
So we saw a lot of people struggle with their wheelchairs on board, but also the elevators
were tiny.
They're so small.
Tiny.
I think you could probably fit like a wheelchair and 2 people inside.
Or
that's it.
Us and 2 more people.
Right.
Well,
6 people in an
6
elevator.
people in an elevator.
And it was crammed.
It was crammed. Very, very
So
tiny.
I'd have to say the elevators take forever going up and down. So we opted for the stairs most of the time.
Right. Oh, my back, my legs,
hamstrings
were hurting.
By the first night, I had horrible back pain. I was like taking ibuprofen and Tylenol just to try and curb the pain.
But that shouldn't deter you from the cruise.
Right.
The pain was self-inflicted because the elevators were so jam-packed, and my kids wanted to get to the Oceaneers Club or wherever they wanted to go as soon as possible. So
take the elevator.
They were like, let's take the stairs, And so I always preach to my kids like, hey, it's always good to exercise. Oh, guess what? My son and my daughter took it upon themselves. Let's go take the stairs. It's more exercise.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Tough, very difficult. But we made it. I'm alive,
Yeah.
I think that taking the stairs definitely made up for all those desserts.
All the food. Oh my God.
The food that we ate, it definitely made up for it.
The food, the dessert. Oh my God. We'll have to talk to you guys more about that in another video. But I did want to continue talking about, all the different things you should know on a boat before you go. Is there anything else that sticks out in your mind?
Bring cash.
Oh, bring cash.
Yeah, bring cash.
Oh.
Or just bring cash for tips, right? These guys work their butt off. I mean, they're like hands and knees. You ask for anything, they'll give it to you.
From our understanding is they don't make that much money.
Yeah, they don't make that much money.
Their hourly wage is like under $2.
Yeah, it's not much. But everything else is paid for. Their room, board, food, shelter. It's all wrapped into one. And there's really nothing to spend it on.
Well, unless they go to port.
Unless they go to port. But they work like 80 hours a week.
Yeah, they were. I mean, all the staff are really professional on board. It was a great boat to be on. I felt like it was Disney level. Like it was very professional, and I feel like on the boat the staff really treat you with respect and care, and they're really trying to go that extra mile to make it magical for you, and they really did that for us. One other thing I would bring up is look at your toiletries, Make sure you're taking everything you need.
Oh, Q-tips. They don't sell Q-tips on the boat.
Yeah, and we had forgotten to take baby wipes because we got children. I know they're a little older, but baby wipes are just a lot better for our family when you're rubbing noses or you're doing some cleanups. So baby wipes are really important, and they sold them like a little 10-pack for like $5 on the boat. So what is available on the boat, like for toiletries and things like that,
Not that much.
No, very limited and very expensive. So pay attention to your toiletries before you leave.
Yes.
Medical problems.
Medical problems, antacids, anything like that. I mean, they won't have it in the concession, but they might have them at the guest services, and that's where we got the antacid from.
Yeah, we had a medical issue on the boat, and it was our son got a stomach ache, but we were able to get help right away and very fast. They had antacids at the guest services.
Right.
And you
But
know,
was it? Nah, I mean, I don't know about very fast, right? It's not common. You have to go to the store, and then the store is gonna be closed, right? And you ask people around, like, hey, what time is the store gonna be open? And where can we get antacid? My child is having stomach problems, and they're like, oh, hey, go to guest services. So guest services definitely helped out.
yeah, and it was free right away.
It was free, and it was quick right away.
We had another issue on the boat, and that was our door kept unlocking.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I wanted to talk more about guest services.
Oh, okay, go
so
for
I had
it.
to go to guest services and bat my eye. And get the antacid, but it worked. So if it worked for me, if I batted my eye and it worked for me, I'm sure it'll work for everyone else.
Okay, so go and bat your eyes for some antacids.
Is it working?
Here, I have some antacids right here. I hope your tummy feels better. All right. The door.
The door was broken maybe on the second day. The latch was wrong, so we called them. They came and fixed it. Well, day 3 is still broken. Day 4
kept breaking.
Day 4 at nighttime, it's still broken.
Nobody came in and took anything.
No one took anything.
All our stuff was safe.
Right, but just keep in mind
That the door unlocked. All right, guys. Yesterday we filmed a video, told you guys some tips and tricks. Today I wanted to tell you, we remembered something that was very important to tell you. The time change. The time change on the boat. Hobart, I need you to mansplain it. Can you mansplain the time change?
I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna explain it regular.
Is horrible, okay? Because once you go to sleep on that first night, when you wake up out at sea, you're gonna be behind by an hour, okay? Or everything is ahead because it jumped forward. Then when you get to Cabo, your time, everything is gonna be on time, but then when you get back on the boat, everything moves forward. So I was waking up at 6 o'clock like normal, but it was really 5. And we would go to dinner like way too early because we thought we were on time, but it turns out we were an hour early, so then we had to wait a little longer. So just wanted to tell you guys about the time change so you make note of that, and it's just going to be a problem that you deal with on the boat. That's all. I just want to tell them about the time change.